I wish to tell you why it's a good morning. Because you're here, I'm here, trees are green, sky's blue above the clouds somewhere, and we have clean water. Anybody notice so far that within the election, with any debate, has anybody talked about clean water for our Native cousins? The ones on within the prisoner of war camps, so I mean reserves. Just like to bring that up. I'm pretty much sick and tired. I've been kind of sick and tired of being taking my hard-earned coin and giving it over to a bunch of Hollywood wannabes at C.B.C. I believe that if there's any public money, any of our money going to any media, that there should be, say, an allotted amount that every news outlet can apply for a piece of, but personally I don't believe in corporate welfare anyways, and I'm watching, our own people, okay, our people, our brothers and sisters, working off of donations to go and interview, to go down to Washington, to go down the States to interview, the current events. And these people are doing this, and they're also getting attacked for doing this because they're not the mainstream media, right? Because they don't receive the our public money. Who gave that wannabe dictator, the man I address as Justin, permission to give a bunch of money to news outlets that are not even free press? Hey, and what's with all the weak questions? Did you guys see that so-called debate? Debate? What's going on, Seven? Oh, okay. Did you guys see the debate? I tried to watch it. It was weak. It was useless, and the whole time I'm looking at an empty podium. What an insult! What an insult! What an insult! I think the man I addressed as Justin was over in Calgary. I don't even know why he would go to Calgary, but whatever. So yeah, so the whole time there's the empty post, so I'm going, where's Max? And shouldn't one of the questions be, well, do you not believe that the legitimate party, a party from a sitting MP, should be able to join these debates? Well, they put on the debates, so why are they asking the public servants if it's okay? So the controlled media on our public coin. I want my money back. I want my money back. I think maybe we should sue Justin for our money back. Every dime that he gave those people. It better be in his mandate just to hand out corporate welfare like that, because it is completely wrong. Like we all know about the 1.4 billion to that Communist Broadcasting Corporation, and then another 600 million, and then there's all these little contracts they're giving to certain reporters, like 5 million, 2 million, 3 million. And then there's the advertising budget, and this is what also is not talked about, and this is how I believe that, a number of years ago that that the establishment got control over the National Post, because they said, I believe they said to them, hey, look, like they get because they have 1.4 billion dollars of our money, of public money, okay, that is squeezed out of us and freely given to these clowns. And so they said, well, look, because C.B.C does advertising in all the other news stations and newspapers. And so I believe they told the National Post, well, if you guys keep up this independent free press and don't toe the, or at least don't try to toe the party line, we're pulling our advertising budget. And I think that's a big part of the revenue. So, you ever wonder that you can put on a story, put on a news story from C.B.C, CTV, Global, any of these guys, and it's basically just cloned. There's no reporting from different angles. Very seldom is there even a report showing from different, different camera angles. Like, there's nothing there. You don't see any investigative reporting anymore. It's all just blame, and if they don't like you, well, you're a Nazi, so you don't count, and now we can ostracize you publicly because, with no merit or anything, you're a Nazi and that's it. We should all write letters to Ottawa, to every MP, everyone, every public servant, and tell them, quit kicking out that funny little Jewish guy, the rebel guy. He has right, that team has right. I watched that young man. He's a young man, he's starting off his career. He looks like he wishes to be a journalist. And to be treated so poorly by public servants, and even at our, the consulate we pay for, that a Canadian can go run to in an emergency if he's in a strange country for protection. Yeah, sure. Could you imagine? I don't know. You got some kind of fascist police. You're in a strange country. Something happened, and you run over the consulate, and you're standing at the gate, and they say, "Well, here, just fill this out, and then we'll have to see, and we'll get back to you, whether we'll let you in. Oh, by the way, you have to have a cell phone number so we can text you, so on and so forth." That's big. That would be so Canadian. They should make a movie about something like that. So anyways, yeah, I wish to defund C.B.C. I don't think we should be funding any of these news companies anymore. It's, get the coin on your own merit. Actually do some actual investigative reporting, and then the public will either buy your product or donate to you, whichever it is. Yeah, I'm done with C.B.C. Well, I've been done with C.B.C. for years. I mean, and here's the other thing about C.B.C. I noticed. I listened to, Great Barrier Reef. So I listened to this guy he's a professor at one of the universities in Australia, and he studied the reef for 25 years. He's wrote many papers on it, so on and so forth. And he came against the elitists and explained to him why the barrier reef actually is as healthy as it's ever been, and it's not really dying. And bleached areas of the reef, they come back like it's like a cycle. All right. So anyways, I turn on C.B.C. and here's this guy, and he's crying about, the destruction of the Great Barrier Reef. I never seen anything like this, and the guy likes to dive and check out reefs, I guess. He said, well, this is the last dive I'm doing or whatever. But how can C.B.C. promote anything like that? You guys, you're all about doom and gloom. You've got everybody brainwashed that the end of the world is here or near. You're calling CO2 the life-giving force. Our carbon bodies. You're calling CO2 a pollutant, and which is wrong, and it's a lie. And CO2 has nothing to do with either climate change or global warming. The two don't. No. And so you're just full of lies, and because you've been telling your lies long enough and loud enough, that now all of a sudden everybody's just taking it for the truth, and it's not. And you're brainwashing all our young people, and they could do something real for the environment, but instead, they're running around protesting that the end of the world is near. Our kids have been under attack. C.B.C. is a great proponent of that. David Suzuki is a great proponent of that. These people are wrong and bad and should never get any public money out of us, period. So Well, who besides Mad Max is going to stop funding C.B.C? That's my question. Would you stop funding C.B.C with public money, not government money, they have no money, public money, if you got elected?